Even though we like to think that we're in control of our cities, the truth is they ream more like a giant beehive or an ant colony than we might like to admit. Because just like those critters, our cities are full of busy workers who labor day and night, constructing the buildings and monuments that we all rely on, except instead of bees or ants, it's these guys. Hi, it's me and this is my channel. And while beavers might not seem like major players in our world, they are responsible for building some of the most impressive structures on Earth. In North America alone, beavers build around 150,000 dams each year, which could be up to 333 feet long and 26 feet high. That's the size of a blue whale. If you stack them up, beavers can fell trees twice as tall as they are and drag them down into the water to build their dams and lodges. To do that, they need strong jaws and sharp incisors, which grow continuously throughout their lives. In fact, beaver teeth never stop growing. So if they don't gnaw on wood constantly, their teeth will simply keep growing and eventually kill them. But while we may admire their natural engineering skills, people often don't appreciate the destruction that beavers cause when they build in and around human settlements. Since beavers alter the course of rivers, they can flood human-made structures and even topple down trees that we've planted. This is why in many places beavers have been vilified and persecuted by humans for hundreds of years. And in the US alone, there are around 30 million pieces of land where trapping or killing beavers is legal. But it turns out that where there are beavers, there's also lots of other animals. A recent study found that in areas with beavers, there were 20% more bird species, 190% more wetland plants, and 450% more total vegetation. That's because beavers build ponds that become home to all sorts of creatures, including birds, frogs, and insects. And all that life ends up producing significantly more food, creating what scientists call a trophic cascade that benefits predators as well as prey. In other words, where there are beavers, there are more animals higher up on the food chain, such as foxes, turtles, and even wolves. What's more, the extra vegetation that beavers create through their dams helps suck carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. One beaver alone can remove 1,500 pounds of carbon dioxide per year. So not only do beavers benefit the environment, they also help fight the climate crisis. Not only that, but beavers also indirectly save us money. In Colorado, beavers saved the city of Boulder $1.8 million by reducing the severity of a flood. While beavers can sometimes damage property, their dams typically end up saving far more in the long run by protecting against flooding and drought. In Canada, one beaver saved the town of Hudson, Quebec, $12 million after it built a dam that backed up drinking water for the entire community. When you consider all the ways beavers help us, it seems crazy that we've spent so much time trying to get rid of them. But at least now, we're starting to change our tune. Over the last few decades, conservation groups have started reintroducing beavers into areas where they used to live. And instead of killing beavers that build near human settlements, some communities have started working with them. In Utah, a small town called Montello was able to restore its beaver population by relocating animals from other parts of the state. Since then, the beavers have helped turn a dry creek into a wetland, providing the town with an almost endless supply of clean drinking water. Of course, beavers aren't the only animals that have subtly shaped our cities. Across the world, geckos living in South Africa's urban areas have helped prevent deadly diseases from spreading. When humans build new homes, we tend to bring unwanted guests along, such as rats and cockroaches. And wherever those pests go, disease is sure to follow. For example, rodents are responsible for around 20% of the world's infectious diseases. But while roaches and rats thrive in human settlements, there's another creature that eats them: geckos. And the more geckos there are in an area, the fewer rodents there tend to be. That's good news for us, because rodent-borne diseases such as the plague, typhus, and the hantavirus can be deadly. So by eating these pests, geckos can help prevent the spread of disease. And studies have shown that in homes with geckos, people are less likely to suffer from respiratory infections, especially children under the age of 5. Ultimately, from the dams beavers build to the rodents geckos eat, animals play a huge role in our cities, even if we don't always notice it. So the next time you look around town, take a second to appreciate the secret contributions of animals, because without them, we wouldn't be where we are today. Okay, but let's say you want to help wildlife in your own town. can start by going to the website below to see if any organizations are working nearby. If not, you can use it to find instructions on how to start your own group. Thanks for watching. See you next time.